In this lecture, we'll get our feet wet with Qt Creator, the IDE, or Integrated Development Environment, that we'll be using to create our applications. There are many IDEs and code editors available that you may have worked with before. For example, if you've used C++ for any length of time, perhaps you use Visual Studio, VS Code, Xcode, or any number of other IDEs. If you took the complete C++ developer course, for which I am the instructor, you are certainly already quite familiar with many of the basics of C++. So this lecture and much of this section will serve as review, but in the context of Qt Creator and some of the Qt-specific classes and techniques. First of all, you need the Qt Creator IDE, which we can download from the URL www.qt.io. And by Qt, I mean qt.io. It is pronounced Qt. So if we go here, you'll notice there is in the upper right-hand corner, as of this recording, they may move it, but in the upper right-hand corner, it says Download Try. And once we go there, when we're on this Downloads page, you'll notice if we scroll down a little bit, there's Downloads for Open Source Users. This is the one that we want. Go Open Source. And now, if we scroll down a little bit more, there's the Get Started, and then at the very bottom, there's this Download the Qt Online Installer. So I will click that, and once I'm here, there's just the download button, and you will see the download starting. Once we have it downloaded, I will just click on it to start it. And you can set up a Qt account if you want. We'll say that if you don't have one, rather, you should sign up and get a Qt account. I have one attached to an email I use just for this. And let me see here. There we go. You read the license agreement and then hit, you want to make sure you have checked I'm an individual person, not using Qt for any company. Hit next, next, and then it prepares the meta information download. And we run this for a little bit. And you can either disable or allow them to send pseudo-anonymous usage statistics. And you can tell it where to install. So in this case, they're putting it at the C drive at the top level. And if you already have it there, it will, tell you, hey, it's already there. Or you can put it in some other place that you want to have it as well. So I think for me, I'm going to put it on the D drive in programs and then make a Qt folder for it. And then I think we'll hit next. And you can download previews and other things like that. Hit next, next, keep following your way over through here, and then go to install. This is going to take a little while, so I will pause the video. I suggest you do as well, because I'll pop back with it installed afterwards. So I'll see you in just a minute. All right, now that you have it downloaded and installed, let's open it up and check it out. Now, you may have been able to launch it directly from the installer. In general, I would go, at least on Windows, over here, just type Qt for Qt. And then the Qt Creator Community Edition pops up, and close that website. And here we go. There is Qt Creator right here. So although this course will focus on GUI applications with Qt, we will start with Qt projects that target the console. Don't get discouraged, though, because this will help us to become familiar with the Qt Creator and even some Qt-specific classes and objects that we don't really use outside of Qt. The Qt library will be used extensively instead of much of the C++ standard library, although they can be used together for the most part. So we're going to create a Qt console project. So you're going to go to the File, New File or Project, and we have a Qt widget application right here, and a Qt console application right there as the two options at the top. We're going to select Qt console application and then pick choose. And I'm going to save these in a directory that I'm comfortable with. So I'm going to click on browse, and I'm actually going to go into where I have all of the Qt stuff going on in here, and I made a folder called workdir. That will be the top level working directory. And in here, I'm going to create a new folder as well called Qt console app 1. And that will serve as the outermost folder for the project that I want to produce here. Now you want to also make sure that you create this top level folder just so it stays nice and organized, and when you build the application and it generates the different build directories and debug directories and things like that, it makes much more sense just to keep it at this level right here, and they'll all stay in one folder. So workdir is my top level folder, and then this is the top level folder for my specific project. So I'll make one of those for each project. I also want Qt console app 1 here. I'm going to name the actual project that as well. It'll make a subfolder with the same name, and I'm going to hit next, and you can just use the QMake build system and keep hitting next. So that took a little while, so I sped it up here. And once you get all that mess done, it should bring you to this page, which will give you a default main.cpp file. And one more setting on the project before we move on. I want to go under Projects over to the left here, and I want to go under the Run option here and make sure that it runs in terminal. So I'm putting a check mark right there. And of course we'll go back to here to the Edit. There's the Welcome, the Edit, a bunch of other views. So make sure it's on Run in terminal. And when you're done with these settings, we are back at edit mode, and then we can edit the code to make it do what we want. So some of this might look a little bit familiar, and some of it might be a little bit foreign, but we're dealing with Qt classes, not just C++ standard library classes, so the nuances are very important. So let's see what our code can look like for this simple console application. So I don't need the core. That's used for more GUI type stuff, some of it at least. I'm not using anything real extensive here. For main, I don't need the arguments here. I don't need that, and I can just set that to return 0, just like a plain old main that we would have had in, say, my other course or other C++ courses you've probably taken. So the other thing is we're not using the standard template library, or the standard library, right? So we actually have to make do with some of the stuff that Qt gives us. It's actually, some of their stuff is actually better. And you can do this, just so be aware of this. I'm going to create a Q text stream, which I'm going to name cout so it feels more comfortable, because you know, most of us are used to doing some console applications with regular old C++. So we'll do that, and then we can actually still use stream insertion operator and things like that. Hello world. And you can put a \n in there, or you can do Qt indel like that. And we'll do a for loop, regular old for loop, just to do a little bit of testing here. And Qt indel. And you do need to do this. So you do need to flush the output stream when you're done with it. So it's something a little bit different than what we would have done in C++ typically. Technically, I think most of the time the Qt indel actually does perform the flushing, but you want to get in the habit of doing this just in case. So let's build all projects. And it should work just fine, which we see in the corner. We'll go to build and then run. And of course I have this wonderful terminal pop up, and Awesome. So this is a very simple application that demonstrates for us how to write to the console using the Q text stream with the standard output object, std out. So note again some of the differences with what you're used to if you have traditionally used the IOStream library with cout, for example. First, even though I named the object we use cout because it's sending output to the console, this is not the same object that you've used from IOStream. Secondly, we do have the option, instead of doing indel here, we can put a \n, just like we would have that option with the standard IOStream, right? So again, although qtindel does send the data in the buffer to the output stream, it's still a good idea to call flush on cout. So that is a significant difference. So it's important also that we know how to take in user input as well as send output to the user. So let's take in the user's name and just echo it back to them in a greeting. So I'm also going to use, instead of the regular C++ string type, I'm going to use the QString type. At the top, I'm going to create QTextStream, and I'll call it CN just to keep consistency. And I'll also have a QString called name. Now, after this little for loop, and somewhere before the flushing occurs down here, I'm going to prompt and receive user input. So here we go. We've got cout. What is your name? With qtindel. Name equals, and this is a little bit different, so cn.readLine, so you're not using getLine and passing cn as a parameter. It's a different object. This is a Qt related object of type QTextStream. And then I'm going to echo the data. Hello there, name. And then just put welcome, like that. qtindel. And then, of course, I have the cout flush at the bottom. So I'm going to run this again, build and run. So build all projects, or build this project, whichever you prefer. And then go to run. And it'll say hello world and print out those numbers. Then it'll say what's your name? I'll put John. It'll say hello there, John. Welcome. So awesome work, everyone. Again, notice the use of QString instead of the C++ string class from the standard library. We will see this happen often, where we will use a Qt version of something that may already exist in the standard library. Although most C++ standard library and Qt library features are compatible, often the Qt version of the data types and data structures are optimized for use with other Qt features. Before moving on, I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to prompt the user via standard output to enter the city they live in. Obtain their input using standard input. And I also want you to make the greeting at the bottom say, hello there, and for example, John from Dearborn, welcome. So with the name and the city changed, of course, to reflect whatever the user enters. So, pause the video and come back when you're done, or if you need some help. How did that go for you? Were you able to make the necessary modifications and complete this little challenge? Let's do it together. So we're going to put a QString city right there, and then we are going to prompt the user for the city. So before this little hello there, we're going to say, let me see here, cout, what city do you live in? qtindel. Oops, that should be right there. Then qtindel. And then we're going to say city equals cn.readLine. And then we're going to say cout. Oh, we've already got part of it there, so I think I'm going to just add it to this little greeting down here. So it'll say hello there, name, and then it will say inside here from, with a space, city, and then it'll have the little welcome at the end right there. And of course our cout.flush at the bottom, which we require to make sure that all the data goes out to the output stream. So let's run the program and see what happens. So build it, make sure there aren't any errors, then go to build run, and we get our little console output. It'll say, what is our name? John, and John is from Dearborn. Hello there, John from Dearborn. Welcome. Nice. Looks great to me. Let's move on to the next lecture, where we'll review some fundamentals of C++ and continue to familiarize ourselves with the Qt Creator IDE. I'll meet you over there.